This is too boring. 1 second. Welcome back, everybody. This is a Nerf gun. Hi, I'm Adrian. Sorry about that. Stress and anxiety is, as I could say, kind of a bad thing. Well, not a bad thing, but a bad thing, yeah. And so much stuff is happening at once in your mind. You get no work done, you get no sleep, and it's all just kind of an overload. And today I just want to show you how you can live life on a nervous planet. Oh my god. Looks like I have coronavirus now. I just want to mention the book that I was esteemed to read for this project. It's Notes on a Nervous Planet by Matt Haig. I would say Matt Haig is a respectable and credible author. He has gone through both depression, and once he got out of that, he still had to deal with his anxiety, which is where he got the idea to write this book. Now, Notes on a Nervous Planet, I'd say, is not organized, really. It's mostly just a compilation of random bits of information through the course of 280 pages, as well as a thank you note at the end. But it helped me get through, I would say, the little bit of anxiety that I had while I was making this project. And today, I just want to show you some of those tips that I acquired while I was reading this book. One big problem is the media keeps making us worry about stuff. You're having a good day. Look at those people over there in China. They're coughing their lungs out. You should worry about that. And it's not just TV media either. Take magazine media. No pun intended. People. The people that told you that John Legend was the sexiest man alive. Now, I don't have anything on John Legend. I mean, he's got good tunes. He plays good piano. But why should my benchmark be this athletic, nice-looking person? I mean, why can't I just be myself? Which is what I want you to do. Be yourself. You don't have to be John Legend to be cool. Now, this isn't a video about anxiety unless I talk about social media. Take an app like Instagram, for example, where the app itself is built on a closely knit community of friends, of people you know, not people that are similar in interests to you. On this app, people worry about how they look and how they act. I can't count the amount of times that I have refrained from liking a post because I'm worried that somebody might find it, a little bit offensive and they don't like me anymore. Some people find that the objective of getting likes and getting followers is the only way you can really succeed. When really, in reality, you don't need social media to be cool. But why am I talking about all the media in general, and why is this even relevant to stress and anxiety? It's all because they're making you worry about stuff you can't control. You don't have to be John Legend to be cool. You don't have to be Oprah Winfrey to be cool. What I'm saying is you're supposed to be yourself. It's kind of like in Cool Runnings, where in the end, they just try to make their own bobsledding style, and they actually find success doing it if you don't count the part where they crash at the end. The best thing to do when you're being overloaded by media is simply to just unplug from TV, from media, from everything. Heck, you can even sell your TV. You don't have to read magazines. You don't even have to use Snapchat. I mean, your friends don't want to talk with you that much. Just to rephrase, the best way to lower anxieties over yourself is simply just to not care what other people think. Other people aren't thinking for themselves, or they're just focusing on other things. And the best way to lower your anxieties about the news is to unplug. You don't have to read all the news. You don't have to talk with like your friends every second. Sometimes you just need to unplug and live like a minimalist. Having a lot of homework is stressful to say the least. With deadlines here and there, it may be hard to keep up. You might be overwhelmed by all the stuff that you need to have done, and it might kind of be your fault. You're kind of already doing something wrong at that point. You might have dug yourself into this situation by just being unproductive. And we're all the same. I mean, I'm recording this on a Tuesday night with 6 hours to go until it's due. This goes back to the whole phone thing. You don't really need to be on it all the time, and then you just end up wasting your time. I would say is to know your impulses. If you want to get your homework done, power off your phone. And if you really need it for the assignment, try using screen time to get yourself away from applications like Snapchat, Instagram, and YouTube. And if you use an Android, I don't really know, you just take the battery out or something. Also, I forgot to mention, don't listen to music. Listening to music is kind of bad if you want to be productive. You shouldn't be listening to music if it distracts you, because there's obviously this rhythm, and then you're drumming to the beat, and now you're not doing your homework, you're could just turn into a self-proclaimed drummer. The best thing, if you still want to listen to things, is to listen to white noise videos. You can find them pretty easily on YouTube. You can just look up city sounds, forest sounds, whatever. It's pretty easy. And sometimes I don't even listen to music, especially when I'm doing notes. If I even listen to any noise, it's just kind of distracting and I don't know what I'm reading about. So it's best, if you want to take notes, just try to do it in silence. But now you're asking, why is this relevant to stress and anxiety, and how can it help with it? Well, simply it goes back to the point that I kind of found while I was making this entire video, is to live like a minimalist. Don't aim to have more stuff finished, aim to have less stuff to do. Looking back on the past means you're just focusing on something that doesn't matter anymore. It's better to focus on what you have to do. While I was reading Notes on a Nervous Planet, like I said at the beginning, it's kind of all over the place. He doesn't really talk about one thing first, and then next he doesn't summarize things. His book is rather disorganized. There's a lot of different things kind of laid out all in a platter, an all-you-can-eat buffet. Jump to any section you want. But that just kind of means it's a bit hard to read, and you definitely need annotations. I learned that the hard way while I was halfway through the book, but I highly recommend this book, and I learned a lot of great things in it, which I'm just going to go really fast. Always remember to keep track of yourself and be your own friend. Make sure you always live like a minimalist, and if it's not within your control, then don't worry about it. Alright, thank you so much for watching. If you ever get a chance to read this book, I definitely recommend it. If you have any sort of stress or anxiety issues, you should definitely read that book. I enjoy it. I think you would enjoy it. I really changed up a lot of my habits in a good way reading that book. Thank you all for watching.